Now, before I continue, viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. If you have any youngins around you, you may want to move them away from you, especially if you're viewing this video out loud, because I'm going to be talking about a bunch of sensitive topic as it pertains to Jamaica, as well as here in America. Excuse me. And I also do have a tendency to use a lot of vulgarity when I'm expressing myself, because I'm just tired of being tired, man. Sick and tired of being tired of the situation that we're in. So I will be ranting on this video, so please bear with me. I do have a tendency to struggle for words when I speak because of my Jamaican dialect, so please bear with me as I go into various of topics. So anyway, someone sent me a video of a community where they lived in Jamaica. I say live past tense because that community is totally destroyed with this hurricane. He even went as far as to tell me that he don't think this hurricane was natural because there wasn't any lightning and thunder. I explained to him that oftentimes you don't get lightning and thunder in a hurricane, but he said this hurricane was totally different than the ones he ever witnessed in the past. He's in his 60s, so he been through quite a few. He said this particular hurricane stood still, was going like 2-3 miles an hour, almost as if like it was just focused on one particular area of Jamaica. And incidentally, this particular area in Jamaica is a farmland where they have a lot of rich soil, right? They produce a lot of organic food there. And I believe at one point the Chinese was trying to buy out that area, as well as the US and England, British. And the British was trying to get that particular area, but the farmers refused to sell. So I'm just throwing that out there. Read into it however you want, right? Then he showed me a heartbreaking video where he, I guess him and some others was pretty much trying to find these little kids. I think one was 4, the other one was 3 years old, covered with mud, dirty. They couldn't find their parent. I don't know how they survived by themselves, because people actually found them in the community. You hear people in the background crying, oh my God, how could this happen? And this is one of the reasons why I'm making this video. Now, a lot of y'all might get offended, right? Take offense to what I'm going to say in this video. And I guess I'm just doing it from a human perspective then, right? They say God give us free will. God give us emotion. So if we have these emotions, we should be able to utilize these emotions. If he didn't want us to be angry, he shouldn't have gave us a emotion of anger. If he didn't want us to be, what I'm saying? All this emotion that we have is a attribute of God, right? So when I saw these kids muddied, I literally had to turn the video off, because the one thing with me, for those of you who don't know, I go hard for children, elderly, and women in that order, right? I go hard. Niggas, I could care less. I don't care about men. I go hard. I'm a defender of children, elderly, and women, right? Because they're like the weaker vessel. They're more vulnerable. So when I saw it, my heart immediately broke, to see these little kids crying, dirty. And I was saying to myself, why don't they just wash them off? I mean, but I guess at that moment, that's when they first discovered them. So, people like to pull out their phone and record everything, which I never really understood why people do this shit. But anyway, after seeing this video, I'm going to be honest with your family. I started to question God. This so-called Christian God that everybody prays to, go to church every Sunday praying to, giving tithes and offering, 10%, whatever, right? I'm starting to question this Christian God. Actually, I've been questioning this Christian God, but I'm starting to question this Christian God, because I can guarantee you, before this hurricane hit Jamaica, because Jamaica is a very religious island, right? Everybody's religious. Everybody believes in Jesus Christ. If you're not Catholic, you're Pentecostal or Baptist or whatever, right? Jamaica is a very, very religious island. So I can guarantee you, before this disaster struck Jamaica, everybody went to church praying. Even during the so-called disaster, right? That was created by God, which I believe was created by man. They was actually praying for some kind of miracle, right? Protection. But God didn't answer their prayers. God did not answer their prayers. Now, I said earlier in the video, a lot of y'all going to be upset at me for what I'm saying. But if God gives me emotions to feel, right? Emotions to exhibit anger, I'm asking this God, because I do have a little bit of anger within my spirit right now. Where are you when we need you, Jesus Christ? Your so-called Savior. Where is Jesus Christ? Because a lot of y'all believe that Jesus Christ is God. Where is Jesus? Didn't Jesus Christ say, all you have to do is believe, and if you have I think somewhere in the Bible says, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So why didn't their faith move this hurricane that devastated their island? Our island, my island, because I'm from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Why is it the only time you can be saved is after death? Why? How is it possible? How is it? Make it make sense to me that the only time you can be saved is after you lose it. The Bible says, in the motherfucking Bible, it says, those who lose their life shall save their life, and those who try to save their life shall lose their life. I never understood that shit. Then the Bible said, turn the other cheek, love your enemy, do good to those who hate you. What? And you gonna tell me I'm not supposed to question this fucking Bible that we read every fucking day? In the Old Testament, the Deuteronomy, back in Deuteronomy all the way back, talk about a curse of the children of Israel. We going into slavery. And then, of course, sometimes we try to justify the shit that was written in this fucking Bible. And God forgive me, the Most High forgive me if I am blaspheming, because I know this is not the word of you did not write this book. It was written by a fucking man. So my question is this. How am I supposed to explain to my 4-year-old son when he asks a question, where is God? He asked the question because I teach him about the Bible. I teach him about the Most High, and I differentiate God from the Most High. And he asked me, he said, then, Daddy, why didn't God help those people? And this shit was a very good question because I don't know. Because where the fuck is this God of the Bible, especially Jesus Christ, your God? Where is he? Where is he when you need him? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm hoping I'm not crossing the line, which I'm sure I probably is. But again, I have questions because there's a lot of motherfucking answers need to be answered. Questions need to be answered. You know what I'm saying? So to see these kids, the little children that's innocent. I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, like my wife was trying to justify this shit this morning when I asked about why, where's God when, we need him. And she like, well, we're wicked, and because of our actions, the kids gonna have to suffer. But the kids didn't do a goddamn thing. We did it. And I understand what the Bible say about generational curse and, okay, so which God is it that's actually allowing this bullshit? Because the last time I checked, when I read the Bible, it says Satan is the God of this world. Satan is actually a spirit. The God of this world, aka Lucifer, aka Jesus Christ, is the God of this world. This is who these fucking Christians go to church every Sunday to worship. The God of this world. And the God of this world is not who you think he is, or it is. It's a demiurge. It's a demigod. It's a God of destruction, evil, jealousy. This God of the Bible says, I am a jealous God. Now, I know a lot of y'all, like I say, y'all gonna get upset at me because y'all like, why is he talking about the Most? Listen, the Most High is not the God of this Bible, family. The Most High is the God of all God. He created the lesser gods. There are many gods, because if there wasn't many gods, even that God in the Bible wouldn't be worried about being us going after other gods other than this God in the Bible. I'm telling you, this God in the Bible, I'm starting to revisit all this shit that was taught to me. This God of the Bible requires blood sacrifice, innocent fucking animals to die. This God of the Bible tells you it's okay to go in and kill the genocide, kill all these nations of people, and take captive of their women as their own. Just think about it. This shit sound like the motherfucking white man to me. Sound like the white man, because that's what the white man does. He goes around the world and capture and conquer and kill and destroy and rape and enslave. That sound like the God of the motherfucking white man. People wake up. Wake up. You know what I'm saying? You see that fucking dome? The firmament? We can't leave that shit. Why? Because we are in hell. This is hell. We're in a hell. Right? The hell they talk about, is it the hell they talk about in the Bible, talk about brimstone and fire and everlasting? That's bullshit. That's some shit they put in this called Dante Inferno. It was a poem that was basically a play. Right? Dante Inferno. Just go Google the shit. Hellfire is, they talk about we're going to be going to hell and burn for it. That's a lot of bullshit. We're already in hell. We're here as a do-over, right? But in the meantime, between time, we are going to go through hell. Because the hell in the Old Testament was Sheol, right? Guyana, whatever it called. That was the place where they used to burn bodies and rubbish and shit. And it was basically was like it actually was a metaphor, believe it or not, when your so-called Jesus Christ, your Savior, talked about hell. It was a metaphor. It's not a literal place where you go and burn for eternity, all that bullshit. That's a lie. They use that shit to scare y'all into being good. There's too many of us. So they have to control us with religion. That's why you have so many different sects of religion. Islam, Buddha, Judaism, Christianity, whatever, right? Different denomination of Christianity came from the Catholic Church. They created all this religion shit that we a lot of y'all are divided over. Then you got these fucking evil hybrids, these mutant. I'm telling you, family, these people that's in power are not melanated. They're not human beings. They're not like black people. Black and white people are two different species of mankind. Let me put that shit on record. My mother, she's half white. So I could talk about white people because I'm quarter of a devil. I'm quarter white. Right? So-called white, because they're not really white. They're different shades of red. So this God that they're worshiping is none other than Satan, Lucifer. The one that's bent on destroying the children of Israel, the real, true, chosen people of the Most High, which are melanated people, not hybrids that we created. Jacob created. Then fuck it. I'ma say there's a Islamic view on where white people came from. Jacob, do that research where he created these fucking hybridized human beings to destroy the melanated people because out of revenge. You know, it's a long story. Y'all need to look that shit up. Right? These recessive genes, what they call them, albinoids, creation that you see today, that amalgamated with mankind, right? Came from the Neanderthal / the troglodyte. It's a long story. I ain't gonna get into that right now. But I had to question God this morning because I'm like, why is these two kids walking around without their parent? What the fuck did they do? What did they do to deserve this shit? And y'all could try to biblically justify this shit all y'all want. Well, you know, the Bible. But the Bible said. That's what the Bible said. That was written by men. The Bible. Fuck the Bible. The Bible was written by men. Written by men on the inspiration of God. Which bumbleclot God? Which God? You know what I'm saying? Which God inspired men to write the motherfucking Bible to tell men to go enslave another man and kill and rape and take this and... Come on, man. We need to wake up. We need to wake up and start questioning, are we creating God? Or did God create us? Now, we are creation of the Most High, but we are falling beings. We are the fallen angels described in the book of Noah. We are the one that fell from grace and came here. And then we have offspring, and our offspring is suffering because we're in fucking hell. Jesus Christ not help you. Jesus Christ, God is not going to help you while we're in hell. We have to help our motherfucking self by doing right, coming together as humanity, right? The ones that are humans, because these hybrids are not going to come together with black people, right? They'll come together to amalgamate with you to have offspring because they're genetically fucked. So they have to have kids with you, right? To make sure they survive. It's a survival thing when they're with you. Dumb coon bitches and niggas being with these fucking white people. They don't want you. It's a survival thing. They're like parasites. They're living off of you. They don't care about you. You think they care and love? They don't have the... Not saying all of them, because a lot of them actually do have humanity in them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the majority of them do not like us. So they created a God for you to pray to that not listen to your prayers, niggers. You see what I'm saying? Our time now for we wake up and realize we've been duped. What we need to do, because there's two gods in the Bible. There's a silent God and there's a God that speaks loud. Do you know a dog that barks loud usually is scared? And a dog that doesn't bite, you gotta watch him because you don't know what his intent is. Just like a bully. A bully is a bully because they was bullied. And a lot of times, if you know how to buck back, they will back down and cry like a bitch. The God in the Bible that says obedience is better than sacrifice is the Most High. Obedience is better than sacrifice. The one that says you need sacrifice every time you sin is the one that requires blood. The one that tell you, in remembrance of me, saints, fucking idiots, eat of my body and drink of my blood. That's Lucifer, aka Satan. And Lucifer, believe it or not, in the Old Testament was a man that fell. It was a king, actually. Some say he was at one point a heavenly being that fell from grace and was ruling a certain area, whatever. And because in the Bible says, is this the man that caused nations to tremble? Paraphrasing. So what I'm saying to y'all, family, listen. We gonna have to get together. And we are going to have to start making our lives better. Because praying to God, the Christian God that is not working. We're going to have to start creating a different God. A God that tells us we need to be united. Come together as black, melanated people. If the others want to join us in our plight, sure, welcome them. But if not, we got to start looking out for ourselves, because these mankind that claim to be human, they don't give a shit about us. They are bent on destroying the Most High creation. Because again, we are here. Remember, just think about this shit, right? Adam and Eve, according to the story, which is a story that was stolen from the Egyptians, believe it or not, right? The Epic of Gilgamesh is the first Noah story, right? Y'all been duped, right? The so-called Noah story, that's the Epic of Gilgamesh. Adam and Eve story, that shit, you know what I'm saying, is questionable because, again, God created the Garden of Eden. He created Adam. He told Adam to till the garden, right? Look after the garden. Why would he create a tree in the garden that he knew, according to Christianity teaching, God knows the past, present, and the future. He knew one day man was going to sin by eating of this garden, and that was going to vex him. That was going to make him mad, jealous, or whatever. So much so he cut us off. Why would he create? And again, I'm not God. I can't ask, but I'm just asking a question from a practical point of view. Why would God create a tree in the garden that he knew one day we was going to eat of the shit? Right? And that's going to make him vex, so much so he's going to punish us. Who does that? Does that shit make sense? So you create a scenario, you create a problem to get a reaction, and then to find a solution to punish us? Huh? It never made sense to me. And why would God be jealous of his own creation? If I am a jealous God. What? If you create us, can't you destroy us if we're disobedient? Why are you jealous over us? Matter of fact, where is these other gods at that we're supposed to be worshiping and shit? You know what I'm saying? Why did you create these gods in the first place? That's going to be in competition with you. Oh, man. There's just so many motherfucking questions and so little answers. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense no more, family. It doesn't make sense no more. I'm done with this shit. All I'm going to do is follow the basic laws, the law, statutes, and commandments, the 10 commandments, and the dietary law, because the shit makes sense to me. In the meantime, when they spray these chemtrails in the sky, destroying this earth, it seems like they're doing more miracles than the God of the Bible is. Because the shit that they do is cause and effect on our lives. But the God of the Bible, aka Jesus Christ, ain't doing a motherfucking thing. No miracles coming our way, as far as I'm concerned anyway. So again, I'm questioning God because it's a lot of motherfucking questions, because there's just too many shit happening and there's no answer for all we are told to do. Have faith and believe. You gotta believe now. You gotta believe Jesus Christ came and died for your sin. Never witness this shit, but just gotta believe. So again, I think I asked this question one time. I'm about to close out this video. If somebody come to you and say, hey, lend me $2,000 and have faith that next week I'm going to double it and give you $4,000. Just believe that I will be back. You don't know this person, right? But he come to you and tell you that, listen, in 2 weeks, if you give me $2,000, I'm going to double it $4,000 next week. Just have faith and believe that I'm going to do this for you, would you give him your $2,000? Would you have faith in what he's saying? Huh? Or better yet, if he came to you and said, hey, Brother Joshua down the block say, listen, he's a man of God, and he's coming to you requesting $2,000, and in a week or so you'll get $4,000. It will be double, because Joshua is the man of God. Now, you never met Joshua, but you going by what somebody's coming to tell you. Would you have faith in that man, that you saying that Joshua said this, that you never even met motherfucking Joshua, right? Would you have faith in giving him your money and have faith he's gonna pay you back double in a week? Man, it's time for us to wake up. This is why they don't like us. They call us we are woke people. Why wouldn't you want to be woke? Who the fuck want to be sleeping? Huh? When you're sleeping, you don't know what's going on. When you're woke, you know what's going on. It doesn't make sense. You ask one of them damn mega people, what does woke mean? They don't even have an answer, because it's shit. Anyway, family, I gotta go.